Hey everyone, the United States and China are officially in a trade war. This is not a joke, but I'm going to show you some things that will put your mind at ease and get you actually extremely excited about this situation. Right now, the VIX, the volatility of the stock market is just exploding. Stocks are down across the board heavily, and the stock market just opened a few minutes ago. Everything is down. There are opportunities right now to buy certain things like silver. Silver is down heavy, uh, another three, almost 4%. This is incredible, but I wouldn't be buying just yet because I think it's going to get a little scarier, a little crazier. But nobody here should be scared. Every one of you should be prepared for this. Type one if you have been prepared or getting prepared and are excited about these days. And I'm going to show you some things about these tariffs that I don't think most people, especially the mainstream media, are going to be talking about. So, first, I want to let you know the pre-filming discount is out for the Crypto Research Pro. No, everyone teaches technical analysis, but you need fundamental analysis as well. And I'm going to teach you how I look at projects. There are a lot of people that just go and buy crypto projects and cryptocurrencies based off of a hot tip. And you need to understand the fundamentals behind them and to know if there's even a market for someone else to sell your crypto to. Nobody talks about that. I'm going to teach you that. The link's down below, pre-filming discount. Once it's done, the price goes up. All right. So the stock market is all red right now. Let's talk about some opportunities because everyone wants to focus on the negatives. The bond market, everybody is diving into bonds right now. And bonds, the 10-year bond is down 0.134, bringing it down below 4%, meaning that mortgages are going to be plummeting. So anybody that has bought a home in the last year and a half, 2 years, you need to go and talk to somebody in the mortgage realm and start looking at the possibility of refinancing. If you want, I'll work on a sale for the mortgage master later this weekend because there's so much money you could save right now. Just don't get ripped off by a broker, okay? Because there's a lot of programs out there that'll charge you. People race into mortgages because they see this drop and then they get overcharged. So be aware of that. But that is an opportunity for a lot of people right now, right? Buyers of gold and silver. You could be picking up gold. Well, it's still like $3,100, but silver is at right under $31, right? I wouldn't personally be buying that right now because what I'm looking at is crypto. First, let's talk about oil. Oil is down 7.77%. 777, pretty interesting number, right? Down to $61 because of this trade war. Because the news came out this morning that unemployment has now ticked up. What are we at? Like 4.2 or 4.8%, right? We all know that unemployment is going to be going up as Doge's layoffs are sweeping the country, and we have still companies across the country that are closing their doors, right? I just drove by what used to be a Big Lot store. Those are closing all over the country, right? It's getting worse, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. But let me explain one thing. Oh, because this just came out. There's so much happening. It's crazy. This is one of the tariff updates. Photo of Trump, right? Trump vows that his policies will never change after China retaliates because China, excuse me, came out with a retaliation of 34% on any goods that we export to them. All right. And Trump's going, I'm not changing. Now, the truth is that there has been a massive difference of what we sell to China and what China sells to us. And Americans, quite frankly, have gotten addicted on cheap China crap. All right. Now, the truth is Chinese goods are getting more sophisticated, better and better. But the fact is we've been addicted to their cheap stuff. We've been addicted to the amount of credit that has been in our country. Americans pay more for everything because of our availability to get credit. All right. It's so easy for a college student. One of the first things they do before they learn anything in college, they learn how to sign up for a credit card because credit card companies are like jackals. They just want to sink their teeth into you and own you for the rest of your life, put you into financial bondage. And so we have so much available credit and we could pretty much do anything we want at any time we want. And just the cost of a Disneyland ticket proves it, right? The cost of a ski pass proves it. because it's so expensive now because everybody's puts it on their credit card. And we're seeing this in the last 4 years, this just explosion in debt. And the amount of monthly credit card debt has just ballooned. The monthly, mortgage debt, all these debts have ballooned, right? Well, the world sees that, knows it, and they push all these products, and they have no problem feeding on people's insecurities and charging more and more and more. Louis Vuitton bags, Rolex watches, those kind of things. They actually sell for more here in America than they do in other parts of the world. And it's only because of the amount of credit. So now this is what gets really exciting. This is what you're about to see with these tariffs. Let me jump over to some facts right now, because the market's melting down. China's going to tariff 34% on what we send to them. So let's talk about what we send to them. In 2022, the U.S. exported a record $40.9 billion worth of agricultural and food products to China. This was a 14.5% increase from the previous year. Key exports included soybeans, corn, cotton, beef, and pork. Now, let me ask you this. Type up or down. Have the prices of soybeans, corn, cotton, beef, and pork gone up or down in the last handful of years? Let's say the last 4 or 5 years. Have they gone up or down? Now, the reason why they're going up in our country is because there's only so much of it, and there's a lot of mouths to feed in our country. So people go to the grocery store and they go, oh, the prices went up. Well, I'm going to piss and moan about it, but I'm still going to go buy it because I got to feed my family. I want to feed my family. I want to feed myself, right? Because there's only so much of it. Now, what happens if all of a sudden farmers in America go, well, crap, I'm used to selling stuff to China for a certain price, and now they're going to stop buying it because it costs 34% more. What's that farmer going to do in America? That farmer is going to go, you know what? I'm not going to sell it to China. I'll just keep it here in America. And then what are we about to have? What are we about to experience? A glut of corn, cotton, beef. You're going to be like, what? You're going to go to the grocery store in a couple of months. You watch. And you've seen this with eggs, because what happened with eggs? Eggs went up because the last president was trying to get us off of good, solid protein. Type yes if you agree with this, and get you on soy, turn you into soy boys and turn us all into soy boys. And they wanted to get us off of beef and chicken and eggs. So what they started to do is burn down barns, burn down warehouses, kill eggs, kill chickens, all this stuff. Like, oh, there's all these flus and bad things happening. And then what happened? Price spikes. And all of a sudden, President Trump gets in and like, hey, we need eggs. So they start shipping in eggs from other countries. What happened to the price? They went down. You see, you're going to see in the next handful of months, the price of these vital commodities going down because China decided to pick with the wrong people. Pick a fight with the wrong people. So let's talk about this record high in food. Record high in 2022. The value of U.S. agricultural and food products exported to China reached a record $40.9 billion in 2022, right? A 14.5% increase. It says China is a significant market for the United States agricultural exports, accounting for nearly 20% of all foreign sales of U.S. agricultural products. So now think about this. China soaks up 20% of our agricultural products. Please listen to how awesome this is right now. Come on, China. I hope China goes, oh, you want to retaliate against us? Okay, 34%. We're going to do 40%. Yeah, China, do it. You're going to end up like Canada real quick. Oh, crap. We can't pick a war with these guys because we need them. And if you think for a second that you're watching your portfolios drop and you're not getting freaking pumped about this because the rest of the world ain't thinking that clearly, they're a little irrational. Do you agree? If you don't see that this is a buying opportunity in certain markets, and right now my eyes are set, focused in on the crypto market. Why? Because in a handful of hours, the stock market's melting down today. It's melting down yesterday, right? Not on a percentage basis, but on an emotional basis, right? This isn't Black Monday, Black Tuesday. This isn't, the dot-com bust yet. This is not the what's it, the 2008 financial crisis yet, right? Yet that's coming. And it's always coming when the stocks are super overvalued. There's always a capitulation point and then an implosion. But what this is, it's an emotional meltdown because there's a lot of sorry libtards that are out there just freaking out, right? And so what's going to happen is the markets are going to close down. Crypto market's going to stay open. And I believe in the next couple of days, it is going to take the brunt of the emotion. I'm quite frankly shocked that Bitcoin is not lower right now. Technical analysis would show us that it should be dropping down. It's bumping its head on the 200, and it should be down at the next support level, the next fib level, between, let's say, high 60s, low 70s. I'm shocked that it's still there. But I think there's still a lot of institutions that are trying to soak up as much, and there's very little volume in the crypto market right now. Very little. All that's getting shook out is weak hands in the retail sector. This is like one of the greatest opportunities, but I think it's going to get better this weekend. If you guys own crypto, type what your favorite crypto is down below. I'm just curious, because there are people that have blown their wad. They spent all their money putting it out there, and during an emotional run, they didn't pull profits and are not sitting on a pile of cash right now. I am sitting on a pile of cash. I've been talking about this for 2.5 months during this run up. Take some profits, take some profits. I still have 50% or more than, I have like 75% of my portfolios in cryptos and committed to projects, and they're all going down. And I'm so excited, it's stupid, because in the next 60, 90 days, I'm going to make more than I did in the last 60, 90 days. And a lot of you have become millionaires in the last 60, 90 days. Well, now you're probably not, because it's dipped down. You have no worries. Watch what's about to happen. And a lot of people are going to melt down when they find out what my next move is. A lot of people melted down when I said, hey, I sold half my XRP. Yeah, sold 1 million XRP. And the truth is, they have no idea, no reason why, because not everything's forever. When I started to see the market not react properly to amazing news about cryptocurrency coming out of the White House, coming out of Wall Street, I went, oh, this isn't good. This is amazing news coming out. It's not reacting. The public's not reacting. New buyers are not coming in. All right, I got to change. Pivot. That's the number one thing any successful investor will tell you, is the ability to pivot and to change with changing times. That's what will make you successful and wealthy, right? That's the number one thing. Being able to maneuver, pivot. But most people fear change. They don't like change. It's uncomfortable. Once you learn to embrace change, to feel the winds of change, to be able to sense them, and it's like this emotional, like, all right, everything's changed. Now I need to change with it. Well, that's what's happening right now with this tariff, this trade war. Food is going to just come down. Now think about this. Soybeans dominate the nation's top export to China in 2022, making up 11.6% of overall export value. I personally am allergic to soybeans. Most humans are. There's a whole thing about that. But you have to take a special test to find out. But anyway, my point being is that soybeans are in everything, just about everything prepackaged. So as one major component of goes up in price or goes down in price, it affects a majority of food products. So you are going to see, I hope that China ramps it up. Man, I hope China jacks it up to 50%. Come on, China, let's do it. China's been buying up all of our gold. They've been buying up all the the commodities around the world. Don't worry, they can take it. And hopefully the farmers in America they're pressured, because a lot of farmers, they're shipping off 1/5 of our food just to China alone. Do you realize that a majority of our food that is grown here does not get consumed here? That's why it's so expensive. Here's another tip for you. So food prices are going to go down dramatically over the next, I believe, 8 to 12 weeks, because it takes time for the farmers to go, oh crap, I'm going to stop shipping to China and start here. Another thing that's going to happen is the income's going to start coming in from these tariffs that are going up. Trump's saying they're not going down, and he can't turn around and change now, right? He's making some pretty bold statements in regards to China. what else is going to happen is I believe you're going to see a certain segment of the population get their federal tax wiped out completely. Now, I hope this is a fair process. I've already seen out there they're saying, hey, the first, 150,000 people making 150,000 or less are going to have no tax. I'm pretty sure, and I hope that it's going to be fair across the board, meaning that if you make 200, your first 150 is going to be tax free, right? What's going to happen to a majority of Americans that make 150,000 or less? This is where I started this whole video about credit and why the cost of a Rolex is so much here as opposed to the other part of the world, or a Louis Vuitton bag, or just anything, a ski pass, Disneyland pass, anything, is because of the available credit, right? What's going to happen is when Americans, and it's a majority of Americans make 150,000 or less, find out when they go get their paycheck and there's no line saying federal income tax, it's gone. They're going to see that much more money. That segment of the public aren't the wealthiest people. They're actually poor people and middle income, middle class. Poor people just view money to pay bills. Middle class view money to just go and borrow more, leverage more, and be in more debt. So what they're going to do is they're going to go spend that money. They're not going to save it. Sure, the savings rate will go up, just like COVID. You saw the savings rate come up a little bit. A lot of that was because of free government money. So you could think of this in the same sense: it's free money. And they're going to go and spend it, which is going to drive the economy. So that's another aspect of this that people aren't talking about. The mainstream doesn't want to talk about it because, quite frankly, the mainstream media, most of them are such morons and idiots. Sorry, I use the word. It's true, though. It's true. They know nothing about what they talk about. They esteem themselves because they're on TV. They think they're so darn fancy. Maybe they should do videos in their car. Just saying. But my point being is that they don't know what they're talking about, and so they don't talk about this stuff. So as the real estate's, so as the markets are melting down, I'm a buyer. I'm not afraid of this. Sorry, my armor. I'm just saying, I'm not afraid of this. I'm excited about it. Now, is it going to get worse? Yes. So I'm not pulling the trigger today. Matter of fact, there's certain things I want to pull the trigger on so bad, and they're not coming down enough. But they're going to. And when they do, I'm going to be picking them up. And then we're going to do videos about them. And a lot of people will rush in and cause prices to spike, whatever. That's just life, because there are people that are always late to the game. They're always consistently late. That's not my goal for you. I want you to be early. I want you to be prepared and not scared. Guys, type 10 if that's you. You're getting prepared, or you are prepared. You're not scared. Looks like the sun's coming up. Oh man, it's getting bright. And you know what? That's the greatest end to all of this. The sun will come out tomorrow. It always does. If you don't have dry powder, meaning money on the side, cash, ready to take opportunities, you're going to be left out. If you guys want that fundamentals class, Crypto Research Pro, as soon as the last video is done, it's going up. And I think my editor emailed me last night and said they're all up. So I got to start uploading them. So the price will go up after that. Pre-filming discount down below. Learn fundamental analysis of crypto projects. It will save you so much time, so much money, and heartache. All right. Hopefully you got something out of this. The Economic Ninja is out.